Oh my god! Hello everybody, my name is Anime Uzumaki and Anime Uzumaki 1118 and Ousama game has reached its breaking point, guys. It has reached its breaking point. And in this review of Ousama game episode 5, let's make no mistake that we have jumped up to conclusion to this. Now, before I begin this review of episode 5, I like to point things out that anime, as you guys know, Anime NYC is on November 17th through the 19th. We literally close. We are close to it. And for those of us who got their tickets like myself, yes, the weekend pass of Attack on Titan one, I'm sure some of y'all already gotten your tickets. So around the time, if I see you guys there or whatever, feel free. I don't care. But anyway, I'm going. But moving on. Ousama game episode 5. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. I knew this was coming. Now, this episode was clearly 100% flashback. That's what it was. No like present, past, present. This was clearly 100% flashback, and that's what this was. Featured, and the main guy, it kicked things off right after we lost Nami-chan. Not One Piece Nami, but it kicked things off right after Nami-chan. And everything made perfectly sense as to why she gave up her life. Rhea, the white hair girl that everybody likes in the show. She literally said, oh, she didn't touch me. I just grabbed her arm and forced her to touch me. So that technically doesn't count. So in other words, when you grab Nami and touch yourself, that don't count. What they meant was Nami was supposed to be one by herself to touch them. And that's why she failed. Now, I like to point things out in this episode that this episode was so fucking lit, guys. So lit that I fucking love it. I was screaming like, oh, at times. Because this episode was freaking lit. Like, okay, let me drop this down. So, King Game rules, you know how this works. You can't leave the game. You can't even, leave the second half. And I'm just saying, what the fuck, guys? Do we not know the rules of King Game? Okay, this guy's stupid, because let me tell you how this works. 1, you don't leave the game. 2, you fail, you die. 3, don't even try hanging up the King's Game, because if you do, you fucking die. And I was like, wow. Are we not following the system of King's Game, guys? Like, come on, class, what the hell? So, this episode also had, a little bit of a 2-degree burn with the with this girl and this boy to have a intimacy relationship in a way. Not sexually, but more like convention and thing, because it showed their backstory a little bit of how she was bullied as a little girl and he stepped in protecting her, and that's just sweet. Oh, but man, drop the fucking phone. King's Game just went crazy. The thing was, in the manga, it was episodes, chapters of how each person died individually. In this, they wanted to skim it down even faster. So, with the first seat, somebody pushed him off the stairs and died, and then somebody died of a heart attack and a seizure. So I'm like, what the fuck? And they got a call from the king saying, this person is gonna die on it because he blocked the king. You do not block him, you jackasses. What the hell? And he literally blocked. And these guys, the people who blocked the king's orders, just literally died. And it was so painful that it was finally some blood. Yes, we haven't seen a lot of blood last week, but there was some blood in this episode. Matter of fact, their blood is so gravy type blood thing. They look so thick gravy. I don't know how. But anyway, the blood was fucking... It was so we finally get to see some more horrorness in this, and it was. So if I had to give you an example, one of the guys, he said, I'm sorry, I don't know what happened. And then he just it's like seeing a slice just cut up and he cut himself. He's like, all that blood splatter. I'm like, damn. And then he died. So I'm like, oh God, you guys fucked up. You do, and I'm gonna say this again. You don't ever, and I mean ever, block the king. You do not do that, and that's what they did. Another rule was that everybody been dying right now in this episode. Matter of fact, only I think like I'm gonna take a stab in the back and say at least 10 more people died, because a lot of people died from heart attacks. Some people died from the burning, incineration, burning up. Some people hang themselves, blood loss, etc. But people are dying one by one, and everybody question ourselves how they're dying. Oh, because they don't read the directions, stupid. When you read, okay, this is the message. When you get an order from the king, please read the contract. It's in the fine print within the fine print within the fine print. And that's how fucking stupid most of them are. But, fear not, the rules was clearly the one thing you don't do. The one thing you don't do. And is this, don't cry. Not really, that means don't cry at all. So if you chop onions, don't cry. If you at a funeral, don't cry. If you're watching a love movie, romance, sad, or anything like that, don't cry at all. I bet you for people, okay, I'll give you an example. Let's say you watch Clannad, Plastic Memories, or Angel Beats, and the king's telling you don't cry as you watching those shows, and then one of us, and then at that last second ditch when you cry, you die. That's how it is. And everybody's just like, and it's funny. He even called one of his friends, telling her, "Don't what like how'd you die? Wait, what's going on? Because he got the order saying she'll be punished." She's like, "Wait, how you doing?" And she died of a heart attack because she cried and she didn't know. I'm like, damn. And then his friend was like, "Oh, I found out everything about the King's Game. I found out. It all started on a Yonkai village type thing. In the village out there that it all started. And that's just great and all, but well, basically it's kind of good because right now it explains it all now. They finally fixing it. It actually comparing everything that has happened from the first to where we're at. Good job, guys. You guys are building up the momentum right now. But then when the guy who was looking at the information, he cried, and I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck? He actually cried, and this was kind of freaky. But as soon as he tried to click, he's like, his hand was like burst. I'm like, damn, he lost a hand. Hold on. He lost a hand, and then he just lost another hand trying to call his girl saying, "I'm sorry, I love you." And I'm like, damn. And then, but at the last second ditch, both his legs and his head were chopped off and decapitate every piece of his body from head to toe. That was fucked up. Now, I know that this show is a little hard in this, but please don't cry for most of the people in this. Please don't. Unless you have a thing that you feel bad for. Now, the other thing about this part was he found out what happened, so he's going to the village. Now, because this is comparison to the manga in a way. You see, in the manga, he got into the village, and the girl hit him with the pipe. The girl that was supposed to tell the guy, that the girlfriend-boyfriend relationship. They were at the village, but from this anime version, it didn't look like they were in the village. It looked like they're in the gym storage. The gym. That's pretty much the back storage gym. She hit him with the pipe, and he goes on saying, she said, "You're the king." But then he goes on with his heart saying, no, your boyfriend, I forgot his name, who cares? But he's like, he promised me to protect you, make sure you don't die. That's why he want me to lie to you on that shit. But then that moment when she had a flashback about what happened when she was a little girl being bullied, and then he stepped in, she started to cry. I was tight. Yo. Like, come on. But again, this is getting to the breaking point, guys. We are almost done with this show. That, we're on episode 5 right now. And that we're once episode 6 comes to the picture, I think to say that this is going to be the end of a flashback moment. And then the rest is just, okay, present anime, let's see what we got. And that's how it's going to work. But the moral of this episode is, guys, if you in a Kings game, do not block the phone and follow the direction of what the Kings order. Because if you don't, you're fucked up. And that's what they did. So I don't blame them for their deaths, but they should have listened. They should have listened. Trust the main character overall. That's pretty much that as well. But trust your instincts. And keep an eye on Rey. I know Rey is hard to know, but there's a part, I know some of y'all haven't read the manga, but you guys need to trust her on this. You need to trust her. Believe me. I know. But that's it for now. And what else I gotta say about Ousama Game 5 that kind of like blows out of proportion? Well, not much to say, but oh yeah, I will say this. I know that some of y'all who don't watch Ousama Game, like, this show is so stupid, this show is kind of bad. Give this show a chance. I know that we haven't got a lot of decent horror shows right now, but this right here is without a doubt a good horror anime of 2017. This is one of those movies that shows that you sit down in a seat and just look at it like this is a game, but it's actually a game that gone wrong. It's like watching that movie Truth or Dare, Would You Rather, and Ousama Game. Give it a chance, you'll love it. But that's it for now. So, what did we learn again? There's never disobey the king, follow the king's order on your phone, and don't you ever block the king because you'll get fucked. Done. Well, that's it for now. So, yeah, that's it. Okay, so tune in next week for episode 6 of what is gonna be probably the last flashback or whatever, but this will come to an end. But tune in next week for episode 6 of Ousama Game. We are halfway done.